This is December's pouring challenge. It is to pour a painting inspired by the painting you see now. The artist is George Barbier, and it is his L'Oiseau Village. And I have done a flip cup, which I will be showing you here shortly. And hopefully you will enjoy it. The completed painting that I did is at the end. And again, enjoy. Okay, as I said before, I'm prepping for flip cup. I'm using a black canvas that I had. And you can see like where I had some water when I wiped it off on it. And I'm pulling up the picture to be able to have it on there to show. And I already had mixed up the background, which multiple shades of blues and teals, some of which were custom mixed. You'll see I have just enough to cover the edges. And the paint's a little thicker, but it worked. It's got a pretty cloud blue in it that I was showing you. And most of this is actually the paint I used is, oh yeah, that's what it is, Art Deco, various Art Deco paints. And probably some apple barrel in there also. Having to put some paint on the corners to help pull it down and over the edge, because I really want this background to be totally covered with the blue to start. It's going to be sort of a flip cup, and then I've done, you'll see here in a minute, another step or two. Covering the edges, bringing it around the corner. And I'm going to be showing you the painting again. So at the bottom, as you saw, I had I'm going to do the dark blue. So I've got a cup with dark blue with a little white in it. Kind of representing the water, and I'm going to go ahead and pull it down over that edge, making sure the edge is that whole thing's covered, kind of spreading it to give a little bit of a, with that white in it, a little bit of a effect of water waves possibly. And then for the very bottom, I'm using the painting. If you recall in the painting, there was sort of like land, a beach, something like that. So I've mixing up some gold, tan and gold color. It's a light tan like shade, custom mixing. And I will be and if you've noticed, I have not had to torch this at all. I was pretty pleased with how the paint reacted. There you go. There's the beach, the land. There we go. Now I'm torching. But I really didn't need a torch. If you notice, there were cells that popped up. That was pretty cool. And in the bottom, the beach area, that I did not add any silicone. And I'm just tilting it to kind of stretch the water and the sand out a little bit. And now I'm getting ready to pour the branches, the tree, the leaves. I'm using different shades. That was like fire opal. Forget what the other reds were, but like a scarlet color. I've used some, I don't want to say lots of metallics, but I've used some metallic in here because that fire opal is a metallic color. Don't wear gloves. Look at those fingers. And there we go. As I'm just pouring, and there's this couple limbs. And I'm going to just put some drops down for like the leaves. And now I'm making sure that the edge gets completely covered with that. I decided when I was going to do this, I was going to do a very abstract representation of the actual painting, because I really liked the painting myself. Kind of like that, it's sort of like an Art Deco era look to the painting, and I kind of like that. Again, making sure that that salmon red orange colors were covering the side of the canvas there. And I'm torching just to make sure that any bubbles are gone, and if there's going to be any cell action, it happens. I mean, after all, it is December, even though you see me sitting there. If you notice, I'm wearing shorts. We've had a few warm days. Now I'm getting ready to pour what's going to represent the lady. And so I'm using some purples and some dark colors. Dark purple, light purple. And I'm adding silicone. Because I want, if you remember, her dress sort of had flowers and things. So that's what I'm kind of doing. Messy hands. Wiping up my fingers, even though they're a mess. And I'm adding just a little bit of the fire opal or color, and I'm just going to pour down the swoop of the dress. Now this paint is very thin. You will see how much it spread after we were done, after I stopped pouring. I played with it a little bit, trying to get it to look like I want. And I just decided I wanted to add a little drops of the purple into the area as well. And I'm going to play a little bit here. There's a gunk in there, booger, whatever you want to call it. I call them boogers sometimes because, you know, they don't want them in there. So now I'm contemplating what I'm going to do next, and I decide I'm going to play with those dots. I didn't like them quite being so just round dots. I wanted just sort of a little more swirly feel to them, and I'm just spreading that out a little bit more as far as pulling the paint down. I was trying to just get the flow of the dress, and as you can see, there's some cells come up. I was just wanting to cover up some of those cells because I didn't necessarily want tons of them, but you'll see what happens here in a minute. And it torched and cells come up. That's okay, that happens. And just one more torch of it, and now you'll get to see the finished paint.